Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party. Repeat after me. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary.
Tay Savage is a fake revolutionary, struggle rapper, and man best known for killing another struggling drill rapper, Blasian Doll's mom, wrote, "This is why I pushed peace, the streets over," and compared Trench's news snitching on gang members from O-Block to William O'Neill acting as an FBI informant to infiltrate the Black Panther Party. Tay Savage is a proud gang member. He's a self-proclaimed black disciple that has repeatedly claimed the mantle as the Michael Jordan of the streets. So, he's not Black Jesus, or some sort of Black Messiah from the Black Panther Party pushing peace. Tay Savage is a gang member, a black disciple. Nothing more. Nothing less. On today's show, we'll dismantle Tay Savage's argument that the sloppy six going to jail for a crime they actually committed is anything like the FBI's assassination of Fred Hampton, explore the inevitable end of Blasian Doll's relationship with one of her ops from the trigger-happy family, THF Mooda, and keep putting our foot on Snitch's news neck. Snitch's news testified that he was the Michael Jordan of YouTube. We'll reveal the text messages that show his one-time close homie and partner in crime, Cee-Hood, now looks at him like Scottie Pippen looks at Michael Jordan's son. This is the Cartoon News Network's feature presentation, Judas and the Black Disciples. Wakanda Forever. William O'Neill was born in and grew up in Chicago and got into trouble with the law as a teenager. In 1967, when he was about 18 years old, he was caught by FBI agent Roy Martin Mitchell, who had tracked O'Neill down for stealing a car and driving it across state lines to Michigan. In 1968, the FBI offered him a deal in exchange for having his felony charges dropped and receiving a monthly stipend. O'Neill agreed to infiltrate the Panthers as a counterintelligence operative. The FBI had been conducting their illegal COINTELPRO operation since the mid-1950s, expanding their efforts against communists to include black civil rights activists. By 1966, they were attempting to infiltrate and undermine black nationalist movements such as the Black Panthers and discredit black civil rights leaders. The targeting of the Black Panther Party was heightened due to its adherence to socialism. O'Neill finessed his way into Fred Hampton's inner circle, who was 20 years old at the time. O'Neill was assigned as one of the heads of the Black Panther leader's security and had keys to several Panther headquarters and safe houses. In 1969, Fred Hampton was working on the Rainbow Coalition, an alliance among gangs and minority groups in Chicago, and the FBI and police became increasingly concerned about his activities and growing political power. The FBI ordered William O'Neill to give them a drawing to show the layout of Fred Hampton's apartment, where the Panthers often gathered, so they could prepare a raid. On the evening of December 3, 1969, Hampton taught a political education class at a local church, attended by most Panther members. Afterward, he and several Panthers went to his apartment, and around midnight they ate a dinner prepared by William O'Neill. O'Neill slipped secobarbital into Hampton's drink, so he would not wake up during the police raid. O'Neill left, and at about 1:30 a.m., Hampton fell asleep while talking to his mother on the telephone. At 4 a.m., a 14-man, armed Chicago police team arrived at the apartment, and at 4:45 a.m. stormed inside. They first shot and killed Mark Clark, sitting in the front room of the apartment with a shotgun in his lap on security duty. The police cleared out the people from the rest of the apartment, wounding several others, and went to Hampton's bedroom. Witnesses said that they heard two bangs, presumably the close-range shots to the back of Hampton's head that killed him. In January 1970, a coroner's jury held an inquest. They ruled that the deaths of Hampton and Clark were justifiable homicide by the police. The ballistics investigation of the raid found that the Chicago police fired as many as 99 shots, but only one shot was fired by the Panthers, and it hit the ceiling. O'Neill's involvement in the raid was revealed in 1973, and he was relocated to California under the alias of William Hart as part of the Federal Witness Protection Program, but he secretly returned to Chicago in 1984. On April 13, 1989, William O'Neill was interviewed for the PBS documentary Eyes on the Prize 2 about the civil rights movement in the 1960s. In the extensive interview, he described being recruited by the FBI to become an informant and provide information about Fred Hampton. Eyes on the Prize 2, including the episode with William O'Neill talking about the death of Fred Hampton, premiered in January 1990. In the early hours of January 15, 1990, after visiting with his uncle, O'Neill ran out of an apartment and into traffic on Interstate 290, where he was hit by a car and killed at 40 years old. His death was ruled a suicide, though his wife said that it was accidental. Earlier in the evening, O'Neill had been drinking and attempted to jump out of a second-story window, but his uncle pulled him back inside. His uncle said afterward that O'Neill had cooperated with the FBI to reduce his own potential jail time, then got in way over his head, and was forever tortured by the guilt. A civil lawsuit was later filed on behalf of the survivors and the relatives of Fred Hampton and Mark Clark. It was resolved in 1982 by a settlement of $1.85 million, which was the equivalent to $5.61 million in 2022. The federal government, Cook County, and the city of Chicago each paid 1/3 to a group of 9 plaintiffs. Given revelations about the illegal COINTELPRO program and documents associated with the killings, many scholars now consider Hampton's death at age 21 a deliberate murder or an assassination at the FBI's initiative. Hampton was assassinated by the FBI while sleeping next to his girlfriend, Deborah Johnson, now known as Acua and Jerry, who was pregnant with their son.
Like the masses, I was in awe when I first laid eyes on all the things you are. I heard that speech. I knew it made noise. I just thought it'd be in the streets.
The Black Panthers are the single greatest threat to our national security. Our counterintelligence program must prevent the rise of a black messiah.
Tay Savage is no Fred Hampton. Not even close. He's pushing peace for profit. It's a gimmick to collect a few coins by promoting his struggle rap career. There's a difference between saying that you promote peace and actually promoting peace. Since his release from prison, he has repeatedly pushed the narrative that he's the next King Von in mediocre music, bragged about robbing Young Liv for his chain, and posted a goofy video of him going to the hotel where 051 Young Money's Kiddo was laying his head for the night.
What's the name of this hotel?
Tay Savage. No Nez, no Kiddo.
Your money last name?
What is the last name?
Money. No, I'm just
basically responding to Tay Savage going to his alleged hood. He wrote, "Stop trolling on the internet like you're looking for me, dude. Y'all do all this capping on the internet. If you was on something, why would you pull up with a camera out, police ass N-word? I told y'all that N-word was a rat. You know exactly where to meet me at, bitch boy." Oof. And then next one. Them trenches and this internet shit, a big difference from each other. Dude trolling on live. On my belly, you got my dick in your mouth. Also, you the big rat. If I would have knocked your head off on camera, I would have been the one going to jail, fighting a murder that I wouldn't be able to beat due to the fact that pussy boy I want to troll on live. I am a different breed. N-words could never do what I do if they portrayed an image to be someone they're not. And then he put, oh my God, and then he put 4K Trey Melliway. So he's officially staking his claim to the NBA young boy gang.
Tay Savage isn't pushing peace. He's chasing clout. Another example of his clout chasing and trolling is his back and forth war of words with Blasian Doll, the daughter of Princess Streeter, also known as Cess. Tay Savage beat murder charges for killing her and her partner in crime, Neef. FYBJ, lame, oops I meant J-Main, put them in the whoop when he told the story of their sordid history and gave Tay Savage the nickname John Wick. John Wick's partner in crime to push peace for profit. FYBJ. Lame. Oops, I did it again. I meant J-Main. Shared his thoughts on Blasian Doll dating THF Mooda, despite the fact that their hoods are at war, with blood being spilled on both sides.
Hey, what you think about THF Mooda and your girl Blasian Doll dating, and they come from like opposing hoods? Like they hoods really into it.
He got Blasian.
Yeah. And
Blasian Doll fat ass?
he really got him. He got him. Blasian Doll cute. Don't call him that.
Wow, I'm fat ass.
Yeah, that's fun. Like you did your homework.
Feel like I did my homework with that. Nah, I ain't doing it. She told J-Man stop whooping like that. She ain't say I gotta stop whooping like that. She just told me stop whooping by her own. She ripped me off my ass. Like J-Man stop whooping like that. Like J-Man, you over-whooping on my mom. I beat your ass like this. And I was like,
You was some whooping on her mama.
I was. So I gave it to her. I'm like, all right, you like it.
She down there with me too though, man. She did. She like that.
Blasian Doll is like that. If like that means she's not smart and didn't do her homework on niggas from THF dissing her mom. Or else she would have backdoored THF Mooda instead of giving him some pussy and recently buying a house together. On the 4th of July 2015, THF Mooda posted "Smokin' all this cess for Vindog" to his social media account. On May 25, 2015, he wrote "Smokin' cess to ease the stress," and a few days before that he wrote "Smokin' cess with my brothers." Now, as the year 2023 comes to a close, it looks like THF Mooda has had a change of heart about dissing his dead ops. He wrote, "Post flowers for her mom anywhere," on her profile for Me Too Blasian Doll, after her dumbass finally figured out he had dissed her mom. Blasian Doll took to social media to blast people making fun of her stupidity. She wrote, "Stop making posts like I saw this shit before, and still had a motherfucker around me. When it came out, that was my first time seeing it, and that's some shit you can't come back from. So, with that being said, y'all know the rest. Leave me alone. I feel dumb enough." Well, if Blasian Doll feels dumb, just imagine how Cee-Hood feels. We'll reveal text messages that show a simmering rivalry brewing between him and his former friend, Snitch's News, and tell everyone what Cee-Hood saw when he went to court to see Snitch's News in action. But before we do, please smash that like button and subscribe to the Cartoon News Network for more videos from us. Wakanda forever. After it was revealed that Snitch's News was the Michael Jordan of police cooperation, Cee-Hood wrote, "I was riding with you the whole time. You don't think you could have told me that shit?" Which is a really stupid question when you think about it. It's not like Fred Hampton could have said to William O'Neill, "I was riding with you the whole time. You don't think you could have told me that the FBI was going to assassinate me?" Snitch's News wrote, "Hey, ask Sheena," which is Lashina Weekly FBG Duck's mom. "I told them, public records. Show me a receipt for $25,000 to the state's attorney. I went off nigga. Cursing and all. I sent this to my wife in a year nigga. I don't need no bread." Cee-Hood responded, "You still ain't called me and talked to me. That hurt me. I'm not finna beef with you or diss you. I wish you the best. I called your phone and IG and called Mimi, which is Snitch's News wife. You could have told me swipe." Snitch's News wrote, "I'm at the top. I'm in hero mode. I'm really for peace. I don't care. You stay blessed, man, but I'll be back like Mike." Remember, it's more civilians than gang members, which is true, but civilians don't think Snitch's News is like Mike Jordan. Unless Mike changes his name from Mike to Step It, Fetch It. Cee-Hood complained, "You still missing the whole point. Be a man. I was rocking and rolling. You can't even admit you played a nigga." Snitch's News wrote, "Y'all do what y'all gotta do, bro. I'm coming back like Mike. Y'all can join all in together, and I'ma take over YouTube. And Nene straight, she got 2 stores and a house. I don't even play about my wife, but carry on." Cee-Hood explained, I don't care nothing about that shit. I've been hitting you. You could have told me what the deal was. Snitches News responded, man look. Leave my wife out this shit. I call you. You didn't call me for 2 days, until you made a video. I'm by myself. Just don't mention my wife, or it's war. Cee-Hood clarified that, ain't nobody said nothing about Nene. I called you 20 times fam? You ain't tell me shit. That's what you don't get, but stay blessed. After the little Twitter beef, Cee-Hood attended court, where he sat next to Mama Duck to watch his former friend take the stand again. This time, Snitches News was hammered by defense attorneys for calling himself the Michael Jordan of anything other than snitching, and was portrayed as the biggest prostitute on YouTube, instead of a reformed gang banger pushing peace.
On my mom, cause y'all like no match for Vaughn alone. Fuck the whole O-Block. Vaughn gave y'all the dick by himself on my mama. And then he started rapping and retired for all them years. Y'all was still hurt from when he fucked y'all up, nigga. On my mama. Talk about that, nigga. Y'all ain't gonna tell the fans that, FBG. Y'all ain't gonna talk about that. On my mama. How y'all told the police, goddamn, that Vaughn killed K.I. How the fuck they come out with that story? Cause you bitch ass niggas, y'all want him arrested. Y'all ain't gonna Vaughn to hide no money and shit, cause y'all seen how they was coming. But long live Vaughn, long live Duck, long live all of them. I'm just telling y'all the motherfucking truth, bro. Cause them some little bitch ass niggas, bro. On my mama, they ain't slid for Duck yet. Duck been dead for 10 months. No, Duck been dead for a year and a month and 2 months. Or whatever. Duck been dead for a year and some days. Them niggas ain't did shit on both level. Ain't bust a great. Y'all did wait on the fans to come do the job because y'all was scared to have their own business. So I do feel like that. Like you bitch ass niggas don't get no pass here because y'all was praying that they go to jail on everything. You praying that they go to jail.